you guys had said at the beginning that like since getting married, you have to communicate. You're stuck. You have nowhere to go. What are some of your like go-to communication skills that you have found to be most effective? And do you guys like seek out this information, or how have you guys learned to kind of like grow together?
Well, that's a great question, by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
a great question. Through this process, and then we're like I said, we're still newlyweds and all that good stuff. But we've been together 5 years, and then over the years, learning each other more and more and more, which we're gonna continue to do. She's gotten good with having these sit downs. She like every night she has a notebook, and she's big on like time management, writing her stuff down. She wants me to do it. I was like, I don't want to do it, but I'll talk it through with you because I don't want to write stuff down. But she's like, no, it'll help us because we'll stay on task and schedule, and whatever gaps we have in between, we can kind of talk it through. So we kind of have that day to day, and then we know where our gaps is, so we can fit in like a lunch date or whatever the case may be. So it's just having those talks. I mean, we do have those talks. I think pretty frequently. Like we used to not have those talks as much, but I think that kind of helps. The talking part. Just I guess that's in the communication.
Yeah. So, what shifted that? Like what? Did you guys feel like disconnect, or was like more conflict was happening? Like
it was because we had a lot of imbalances across the board. I mean, then we have some imbalances like with scheduling and trying to get back. What do you think? I mean, because I could be wrong too, because I may
be right
the other way. Yeah, true.
I mean, I think that we just communicated differently. Like even with our upbringings and things like that, like I'm very detailed, and I'm very aware of what I'm saying, very aware of what I'm doing. I mean what I say what I mean. I know it down to the definition. I don't jack anything up, and I take ownership of everything that I say. Unlike some people speak more casual, and they're like, well, I didn't mean it like that. No, it meant this. I'm like, but that's not what you said, And so it's like him trying to adjust to me being detailed and me trying to take a step back. And one of the hardest things has been not listening to exactly what his words are, but what is he trying to say? Asking myself that question before I get bent out of shape. Like, wait, okay, I know what he just said was a really jacked up sentence, but what is he trying to say? And then when I take that one little layer, it gives me that moment to kind of process. And then I know with different things where when you want to resolve a conflict, talking about things is cool, but I kind of put it on a tier. Is it even worth it? Like, is this something that's big or small? Like, okay, he brushed his beard and hair is on the floor. Is it big or small? Well, that's pretty small in the big scheme of things. It would take me 1 second to sweep it up. I'm not going to talk about that. Versus if somebody were to, per se, accidentally leave the back door unlocked. Like, hey, just so you know that, by the way, that was me who left the door unlocked. But, but in general, just trying to prioritize that in communication and Jesus. Communication has been tough. It really, really has been. It's been a very long process and trying to communicate better. I forgot what else. But we did do the whole premarital counseling thing. We did that.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did premarital counseling.
We did like 2 different sets.
We did 2. We did one that was like through a regular like premarital counseling, and we did one that was through our church. So we got 2.
Mentor,
and it was definitely just an eye opener because we had to have open conversations like, how often do you expect to have sex, which is a big one, or how do you like to have sex? And it was just like, meeting each other in the middle. And then if somebody watches too much porn, are they getting too freaky with you? Whatever it is. Like, we really had to figure that out. Or how do we balance this? It's like,
What do you think your biggest takeaway was from the premarital? Like, I want to hear from each of you what each of your biggest like takeaway was.
Oh, she can start this one off first because that was some tough days, man.
Because of what you were digging into?
Man, it was layers deep, man. But the big one was like, but the intimacy part of like how often should you have sex and all this stuff, and it was getting like, what do you think is good? What do you think is good? And it was like, what? And then you got your mentor looking at you like, I'm like, what did I say was wrong? Because we're gonna all have our opinions, but what do you expect? You got 2 people that work out all the time. What do you think? I mean, I don't know.
You guys be doing those dance classes together. I mean, you should be having frequent sex. But did you not have all that sorted out prior? Is that a source of conflict for you guys? Like frequency?
I think it was just like with a lot of it. I think first of all, anybody. Well, I don't know what the circumstances could be, but I remember it was like I don't know anybody who doesn't mind getting freaky deaky every now and then. Like, that's fine. You know, do your thing, put in your outfit, grab a whip, who cares? But it's just kind of like I said, hey, sometimes I don't want to be a porn star. Is that okay? Can we balance out making love and fucking? Can we balance it a little bit?
Sure, fair.
Like, because like I get that it's fun to just, you know, do whatever, but every now and then, you know, you want the intimate part of it.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
we had to talk that through. And then, you know, and then I remember when we got, like, because they have like the little questionnaire thing, and then you look at it afterwards to see how you guys compared. And mine was, I was totally happy with 2 or 3 times a week. And his, I think, was once or twice a day. And I said,
hold on. Why are you making that face? You're shaming your man right now. What
I'm saying, my vagina could not handle that twice a day. Like, I mean, men want to say that whores have loose vaginas, but if you screw me twice a day, mine would get loose too. I'm like, you're not trying to pound the punani like that much. You got to give her time to snap back. It's like,
okay, so it's an overuse issue. Gotcha.
Yeah, overusage of the vagina. Like, you got to be gentle. They're like you can't be doing it that much. By that point, she's just gonna be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. So you don't want that. So it's like,
from an anatomy standpoint, I don't think that's how it works, but I feel you that there is truth in that there is discomfort and pain when it is overused. I will definitely validate that. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for my newsletter, and find me on Instagram at Dr. Elizabeth Fedrick.